Hello everybody, welcome back to the Bloodborne Ultimate Walkthrough. Today we're going to be returning to the lecture hall and completing the second floor. This is an area we get access to after defeating the One Reborn when you get to light the lamp at the Advent Plaza. So we're going to go here. Alright, and once we're here you can see that this was where we had that boss confrontation with the One Reborn. We're just going to run upstairs. Remember this mummy here that I told you not to interact with yet? Now we're going to go ahead and do that. Alright, so as you can see, we're back at the lecture building. This is a different lamp, so we're going to light that. Okay. And there's going to be lots of tables in this zone with notes on them, so keep an eye out for anything that's shimmering. And what we're going to do is just open this door here and go straight across. We're not going to waste any time. We're just going to run right up to this guy, take them out. You can already see an item behind that bookcase or piece of furniture. We're going to get that later. Don't worry about that now. There's an enemy above us, but they don't drop down until you try to leave, so don't worry about them. We're going to grab this. 6 sedatives, that's really good. Alright, so we just look at them and we can walk forward, then bounce back, and then charge up. Easy, right? Alright, now we're going to run back across. We're going to go into this opening here and through this doorway. So there's going to be an enemy, he's above us somewhere. There he is. And he'll drop down. You can hear him drop down. You just run over here. You can trade with this guy because you're going to get all your health back. That's why I'm kind of reckless with him. And then we've got this one at the end of the hallway here. Same deal. As long as you don't let them hit you twice, you can always trade. Alright, and we've got a note down here at the end of the hallway. Master Willem was right. Evolution without courage will be the ruin of our race. There's actually a lot of meaningful lore in here, especially what we're about to encounter. So let's see. There it is. Hunt the great ones. Hunt the great ones. And I believe... Let's see. Nope. The next room has 2 notes. So when we get out of here, there's going to be an enemy. Okay. Now let's open this door. There's no enemy in here, so you can be alright with this. The Nameless Moon presence, beckoned by Lawrence and his associates, Pale Blood. And this piece right here is the most telling note that I've experienced in the game because it's so important for the true ending. 3 third chords. And that references the umbilical chords that we've been accumulating over time, so make sure to pay attention to that. Alright. So what we can do here is we can cross from this side, but I would suggest doing it over here. We'll worry about the enemies a little bit later. As long as we don't approach that guy, he's not going to come at us. So we can open this door. And there are no enemies in here. So all we're going to do is run down to the end. Open this one here. And we got a chest. Now we're going to pick up a Carol rune, and it's the communion one. This gives us the ability to carry more blood vials. So as you pick up some of the same runes that you've had before, you'll notice if you view the item description, it's actually more potent than the previous ones. This guy is, even though he's on the ceiling, he only attacks you down below. So if you remember from the first floor experience, that's what's going on over there. Alright, so this guy is actually guarding a ladder. You can see that open hatch kind of behind him. So there's no true way to backstab him. What I suggest is just getting behind him, or like behind his feet once he is drawn out. He'll start destroying all this furnishing. So this area that we've got here will become pretty wide open for us to fight. So we're just going to use his slow, lumbering speed to kind of create space for us. Oh, he's got good range though. Oh, and we've got a scholar approaching us. So what I'm going to do is kind of separate right now. And now we can deal with this guy. As you can see, they're really slow, but they have huge sweeping range attack. So you just want to be a little bit cautious. Alright. So as you can see, he destroys so much of this that we have a lot of space to navigate. I didn't think he was going to be able to reach me with that first attack that he hit me with, but I was wrong. Alright, so before we drop down there, what I'm going to do is kill these guys on this side. And the reason we want to take them out first is because these use range attack. So if we go fight those guys on the other side, we won't have any way to deal with this. Alright, and for the next two, they're going to be standing right next to each other. So we're going to try to get a 2-for-1 combo here. The wrong one. Wasn't sure which one I killed. Of course, we definitely want to grab the bloodstone chunk that is next to top tier upgrade material. And now that we've killed those guys, we'll just come over here. There's really no reason to kill these other than just to do it. So of course I'm going to do it. And everybody's dead. Once you've killed everything up here, there's nothing else to worry about, so we're just going to run over here and climb down the ladder. This is going to take us into Patches the Spider, their laboratory. So, again, you should be used to that little aura thing. Don't kind of freak out when that happens. All that is you're gaining insight. So from before, we can only see Patches through this little opening in the door, and we could only see their face. Now we can see their whole entire body, and we've seen them before in other locations, so this isn't the first time you should have experienced Patches. But this is the only time we've really had an opportunity to get up this close. So let's go ahead and talk to him.
This cannot be. You cannot be. No, you didn't. Lord Amygdala? How did this come to pass?
Alright, so we get the beg for life emote. I want you to go ahead and move forward and talk some more.
Now, wait just a moment. Do you think ill of me? Me?
Alright, so this one's important to say no, not at all, because we're going to get rewarded for that.
Indeed, I should think not. I shared with you a thing most secret. Now you're witness to a miracle, and all the stronger for it. You should appreciate it if you've a grain of gratitude in you. Yes. Appreciate it.
That's a really impressive laugh. I don't think I could do that. Take a lot of practice, I'm sure.
No matter. Such details are trifling. We're fast friends by now. Let this express what words cannot.
Alright, so this is actually a great gift, the anti-clockwise metamorphosis. This is going to give us 15% stamina recovery instead of the current 10% that we have with the previous one.
Oh, doubt me not, sweet compeer. What is friendship but a chance encounter? Well met. My apologies, but I feel a profound thought occurring on the good grace of a certain god and the way he meted out his love. Well met.
Okay, so he just starts repeating that. There's really no use for patches anymore, so you can kill him.
That was uncharitably done. That was uncharitably done, dear friend.
I love how the voice just echoes long after. So, the problem with this is sometimes it's hard to get this. So, even though it's as far back as we can expect to grab something, you might have to maneuver your character around a little bit before it'll show the search corpse. So we get Great One's Wisdom. Of course, if we consume that, it's just insight. So yeah, let's go ahead and climb up the ladder. It's on the back side of it. You can open that door now, but there's really no purpose because we're probably never going to be back here. What we're going to do now that we're done with the lecture hall second floor is approach this door here, and we're going to open it. Now, the reason you don't want to open this door earlier is because it's a cutscene. It takes you through. It's not like a door that you can just walk in and out of. We can't return to the lecture hall unless we do so from the Hunter's Dream. So as you can see, we're in this tunnel, cave-like area. Freak show big time here. But there is no lamp. So again, don't open that door until you're done with the lecture hall. Alright, so we're not going to have much danger here besides one beast up ahead. And they'll be kind of walking up the stairs there. So we want to approach them, but we're going to get an opportunity to backstab them. You can also hear the infant crying in the background. I'm not sure if that's tied to insight or not. I feel like we wouldn't have enough insight right now for that to matter. So I think that's just automatic. So I extend the weapon here because of these rock outcropping. It allows us to do this a little bit further away. Now he's got some infected in him. I hate these nasty boys. They're usually not that aggressive. Alright, so at this point I'm not worrying about using a blood vial to heal here. We're going to have a nightmare creature. You can kind of see him right in the center of the screen near the top. So we're just going to sprint towards that and get the kill there. But you got to be careful. You don't want to chase for too far. Alright, we get those chunks. That's really nice. Loot this and immediately start running to the right. You see that light ahead? Do not linger here. So there's a reason there's all this cover and outcropping stuff right here. But let's go ahead and light the lamp. And we're going to return to the Hunter's Dream. Okay, as you may have noticed, we're not accumulating that many blood vials. So it's pretty easy at this point, or maybe you yourself have run into this issue already, where you no longer have a surplus of blood vials. I would say that the investment in our character as far as levels with blood echoes is not as great as it was early game. So blood vials are going to be more and more important to you than having like an additional level or two in your character attributes. So you have to kind of make that decision. How much are you going to invest in spending on blood vials? Are you going to go farm them? I personally don't like to farm. I think it's a lot easier to get blood echoes than it is to get blood vials, so I like to buy them. But you need to know that the higher level your character is, the more expensive the blood vials are. So one thing you may want to do fairly early in your gameplay experience, if you play in like a new game plus or you re-roll a character at some point, it's a good little tidbit of information to know that we should invest in buying a huge stockpile of blood vials early on while they're their lowest cost. Alright, so what I would suggest to you is, based on how many cold bloods you have, like we have a ton here, right? So instead of leveling up at this point, I'm just going to do one big purchase of blood vials. And this should sustain me through the rest of my playthrough, right? So we just buy as many as we can right now. And I shouldn't have to buy these ever again. Cool. Now, of course, this is your choice, but I think it's probably a wise investment before you go any further. Here we're going to make sure to swap out our anti-clockwise metamorphosis with the better one. And then everything else right now we've got exactly the way we want. So we've got the Great Lake, that all damage reduction by 4%, which is amazing. And then the all damage type, or all resist types plus 100. So we've got a good setup here. And of course, anytime we do get an improvement, don't forget to stop off here at the altar to apply that item. Great. So next episode is when we're going to complete the Mensis area. And I just wanted to get this one done so I can jump into creating the next one. I know this is a short episode and you may feel cheaped out by this, but don't. I'm keeping the zones separate so that people can search them and approach a zone at a time if that's how they want to do it. So we're not going to take as long as we did between the last two episodes. I'm going to get to work on the next episode right now. So that'll be following the next day that this is uploaded. All right, everybody, thanks so much for joining. Please do join us on Discord, hang out with us on Twitch, and I'm also going to be doing some live streaming trivia stuff on YouTube as well. So we're going to kick that off this Friday. This is going to be a FromSoft trivia competition. There'll be prizes, so hopefully you can make it out there. Just keep your eye on the Discord and keep your eye on the community tab for the YouTube channel. Thanks everybody, and we'll see you next time. Peace.